What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back here on Madden 22, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Jacksonville Jaguars. Before we go any further in this video, if you guys could go ahead and drop a like and subscribe if you have not already, would be greatly appreciated. It only takes 2 seconds of your time, and it's very helpful to the channel and growing it as we are approaching 1,000 subs, so would appreciate your subscription here. But yesterday when we did our first Madden rebuild in like quite some time, it didn't go so well, and I think I learned from a little bit. I started, to do a little bit of research, watch some other Madden YouTubers, see what they do when it comes to this game, because the draft process is just so different. It kind of threw me through a loop. So basically, I feel like I'm in a better state of mind than I was yesterday as far as a rebuild is concerned. So let's go ahead and generate the best player on this, or generate the best lineup though possible. So when we look at this roster, of course, Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback. We're probably gonna be building around today. I don't plan on trading him or anything like that. We have a decent wide receiver room, but I think it could be better, obviously. DJ Chark unfortunately got hurt in the midst of the season. Jamal Agnew's had some crazy returns on the season. Marvin Jones is a nice veteran to have. Laviska Shenault, part of the timeline. James Robinson, I should say. And then obviously Travis, I don't think I'm gonna be able to say his last name correctly, but he got hurt before the season even started. Offensive line's not bad. Defensive wise, we have Josh Allen, who I love. Miles Jack, I believe that is Miles Jack. That's right. Yeah, Miles Jack. Okay. So yeah, I really like some of these guys we have. We do have a pretty good roster. There's just some things we can improve. Shaquille Griffin's solid. The defensive line could be better, but I feel pretty good about what we have than I did yesterday with the Detroit Lions. But of course, we do need to make some trades to upgrade this roster. So let's go ahead and get started with maybe getting a little bit more like defensive help, because I think I won't mess with the offense probably till the offseason, but defense, we could use some help. So I think the first thing I want to do is try to get Matt Ioannidis here from Washington. They have a lot of defensive linemen as it is. He will cost about $5 million against our cap space, but he would be an 82 overall defensive tackle, and our defensive tackles are pretty weak. So if we submit this, they don't quite accept it yet. Okay, let's see if we can throw in like, let's see what they need. I mean, we could probably just throw in like a depth player. We have, let's see, Miles Jack. We have Damon Wilson. We don't want to get rid of about like Leonard McCray. Is that okay? Just like that, we were able to get Matt Ioannidis to upgrade the defensive tackle spot. Next, we're going to be trying to get Christian Wilkins to fill out our right side of the defensive line, as it definitely needs some help over there. So round 3 and Marvin Jones. Let's see if the Dolphins accept this. They are pretty damn close. So I imagine if we just throw in a 7th pick, I think they'll probably accept it. So let's just go ahead and throw in our 7th router, and they should accept this. And just like that, we're able to upgrade the right side of our defensive line. And then last but not least, we're not going to be making a trade, but we are going to be going ahead and signing Carl Joseph to probably play free safety, because our safety right now is a 71 overall. So I think Carl Joseph, move him over to free safety. That should be good. So just like that, the offense didn't really change other than obviously getting rid of Marvin Jones, who I wasn't going to resign anyway. We have DJ Chark, who's the number 1, who's 24-year-old. Jamal Agnew, and then Laviska Shenault, which I feel comfortable with those guys. James Robinson, Carlos Hyde, and Travis Etienne, I think is how you say it, but I probably said it incorrectly. But then we also have Carl Joseph at free safety. Josh Allen, a solid middle linebacker. Left outside linebacker obviously could be improved, but Jenkins, and then our second corner is a little iffy, but defensive line we definitely made better with Matt Ioannidis and Christian Wilkinson. So I feel pretty good about that. Other than that, I think with those upgrades, we're just going to go ahead and simulate this first season, see if this team can compete anyway, see how Trevor Lawrence performs, and hopefully we find a way to just at least be somewhat decent and not too bad. I mean, if we are bad and we get a high draft pick, cool, but I'd rather be in the mix of like being a decent team and showing some progress. First record in the world, we went 7-10 overall. I have to feel pretty decent about that. Second in the division. I assume we are not in the playoffs, so I know there's like 7 seeds in the playoffs now, but yeah, I don't think we're in the playoffs. Obviously, we'd be playing in the wild card right now. So yeah, no playoffs for us. But hey, 7-10 is not the worst in the world. I feel pretty decent about it. Of course, going to go ahead and upgrade some of these players that we had. So we have to feel pretty good, I would say. Feel pretty good about the progress we made. 58 players were upgraded, so that's good. Got some progression in that season. And then the last but not least, of course, like we always do, we got to go ahead and look at some stats around the league, kind of see, or not around the league, but as far as our end is concerned and how we perform. So Trevor Lawrence in his rookie season, 32 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. I have to feel pretty good about that. 4,400 yards, and it looks like CJ Beathard got a little bit of a run there. Rushing yards, James Robinson with 1,100 yards and 16 rushing touchdowns, while Travis Etienne had 3 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence with 139 rushing yards as well. Receiving wise, Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark, and Jamal Agnew were all 1,000-yard Receivers, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 6 touchdowns, not interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, and Dan Arnold as well. Decent tight end that they made a trade with when they traded, I believe it was CJ Henderson with Carolina, and then James Robinson got some receiving yards, and so did Travis. So overall, I feel pretty good about how the season went. Let's go ahead and look at the defense as well. Of course, we made some trades for the defensive side of the ball. 3.5 sacks. I would definitely love to see some guys up here. Maybe we have like a 10 sack guy maybe next season, but Ioannidis got some sacks. Smoot got some sacks. Christian Wilkinson was up there as well, a guy we traded for. And then interceptions wise, we had Trey Herndon with 2, Davon Hamilton with 1, and then Shaquille Griffin with 1, and Rayshawn Jenkins with 1 as well. So not too bad. Decent season for this first one, but of course we have bigger aspirations in mind. We're trying to get this team into the playoffs eventually. So and then the next period, obviously, once we get into the offseason, is going to be for sure trying to retain our guys. So that's going to be important. So let's go ahead and see, who the important guys will be that we need to sniff out, see who we need to bring back. Super Bowl week, and let's see. Super Bowl recap. Let's see how it went. The Green Bay Packers beat the Cleveland Browns. Aaron Rodgers, your MVP. Arthur Smith, Coach of the Year. Khalil Mack, Defensive Player. Najee Harris, your Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. Okay, very nice. All right. Now I believe this is where we're not in the re-signing stage, I guess. Okay, there we go. Now we get to the re-signing stage, which is going to be important. So let's go ahead and see who we need to retain, who we need to bring back, because that's going to be important to decide, who we're going to be bringing back and who's players ready to negotiate. Let's see who is going to be important to bring back. So we have DJ Chark, who's a free agent. Definitely would love to have him back. Star potential. Damian Wilson. Okay, I think. All right, yeah, we have some guys, definitely. There's definitely a handful of guys here that I want to offer a contract to. So let's go ahead and get started. So Andrew Norwell, 30 years old. So negotiate last chance. Yep, I definitely want to bring him back if possible. I'm going to go ahead and give him a 2-year deal. Let's go ahead and just offer that. Hopefully he accepts that. Just not interested in resigning, I guess. Okay, I will go kick rocks. All right, DJ Chark, definitely want to retain him. Very important that we retain him. So let's go ahead and sign him. Boom, we got DJ Chark. That was a very important signing. Okay, and then Cam Robinson, I definitely want to bring him back. Keep the offensive line retained. So I'll go ahead and offer him like $4 million. Hopefully he's not too stingy. Boom, he's back. Okay, and then Trey Herndon got a couple of interceptions. I'll offer whatever's on the table. If it's not, that's exactly. I thought he said this is not the offer I was hoping for, but yeah, he's back. Okay, and then last but not least, Damian Wilson, 29 years old. To be honest, I'd rather try to go for something different in free agency. As far as Andrew Norwell, though, if I franchise tagged him, he would cost $14 million. I'm just not willing to do it. So no thanks. You're 30 years old. If you're gonna walk, that's fine. Maybe we'll try to get you back in free agency again, but those are gonna be the guys we resign. I feel pretty good about it going into free agency. So I wanted to go ahead and look at some of the salaries going into free agency, and man, we definitely have some guys that definitely don't deserve to be the money that they're getting. We have Rayshawn Jenkins, who is getting us a cap hit of $10 million. We got Robertson Harris. Okay, just out of curiosity, if I did cut him, what that would incur this would incur $3 million and penalty of 13. Nope, I do not want to do that. So can we trade him instead? I don't know. I guess we'll see how much money we're going to need in free agency once we get to that point. But for now, we'll go ahead and just move to free agency. So, all right, to free agency we go. And, I need to choose a draft class as well. Let's go ahead and make sure we do that because we're going to need a draft class. And then free agency, of course, is going to be important. So importing the draft class, boom, that's taken care of. All right, so we'll have a draft pick on draft night. That's all good. All right, let's get to free agency, though, because that's going to be pretty important stage. So if we go ahead and look at the lineup, let's go see what our biggest weakness is. To be honest, I don't think our wide receivers are weak. We had 3 1,000-yard wide receivers. I'm not really sure we go after wide receiver heavy like that. Guard depth is going to be needed. We were able to re-sign Cam Robinson, but the guards, Dan Arnold, we'll see about tight end. I'm not really sure how I feel about him. Running back is fine. Quarterback is fine. Maybe backup would be all good. But defensive-wise, I knew our left outside linebacker was weak. Carl Joseph was on a 1-year deal, and we did not obviously keep him. So we definitely kind of need some help everywhere defensive-wise. The defensive line, I think, is where we don't necessarily need help. But maybe a better middle linebacker, maybe better left outside. Yeah, there's just a lot of things we could do in free agency. So we definitely need to go after some guys here in free agency and try to get somebody convince him to come to Jacksonville because it's a great place. $67 million. We should be able to get a couple of guys here that should help us. Contract, and I'm interested and curious to see if they're going to resign. Jabril Peppers declines. That's very unfortunate. Strong safety would have been huge there. But one thing we were able to get, I wasn't able to get him last video, but we did get Leighton Vander Esch as a brand new middle linebacker. We also picked up a corner, so that's good. But there's still more we need. As far as what we need, let me go ahead and take a look again. That way I kind of just refresh my memory. Offense, I'm not really... we still need offensive line help as well. Guard, a guard here is going to be pretty damn important. 2 guards, technically. So we got Leighton Vander Esch. Our middle linebacker room looks a lot better. The safeties are bad. We were able to get a corner, which is good. But the safeties is which is why I try to get Jabril Peppers. Left outside linebacker, safety, and offensive line help is what we need to be targeting. Okay, so got that all in my head. Let's go ahead and try to sign some free agents again. Still have $51 million to work with, so we still have plenty of money. Davante Adams hasn't even got an offer yet. The man is going to be a lot of money, which is probably why he hasn't got an offer. So, obviously, let me see. Let me just see what I'd have to offer him. Okay, he wants $14 million. I mean... we could low-key sign Davante Adams. We could do it. No one has offered him a contract yet. So we could bring him in, but we have so many needs elsewhere. I'm just not really sure that's the smartest idea. I don't really want to sign a 30... I mean, do we get a 39-year-old left guard? I don't think so. I think what we should do is try to re-sign this guy. 30 years old. Hopefully he would just stop being stingy and just come back to us. Let's see if we're his best offer. And we are not even close. Okay, you know what? Maybe we do go after the 39-year-old. Not a punter. Richie Incognito. I mean, he would be a veteran offensive line help, I guess. So let's just go ahead and sign him. No one else has offered him anything. We'll go ahead and offer him a contract. So that's a guard. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and offer a little bit more linebacker, safety help, which is going to be needed. Agency is not all that good right now. So basically what I'm thinking is we go ahead. Well, Dante Jackson, we don't need another corner, but that would be solid. You know what? As long as we get the left guard or we get Richie Incognito, and I think I offered Noel, and so as long as we get one of those guys, we also need to go ahead and take a look at the right guard situation as well. David DeCastro. So all there is veterans, and then the safety help is not really here either. But I'm thinking, how often do you get to offer Davante? You know what? I'm offering Davante Adams a contract. If he doesn't want to accept it, he doesn't have to accept it. But we're his only offer for now. So if he accepts, Davante Adams is a 98 overall wide receiver coming in, would be huge. So we definitely need Richie Incognito, 1000%. Davante Adams accepts our contract. We got Davante Adams here in Jacksonville. Richie Incognito actually accepted as well. And so did Andrew Norwell. So actually we got 2 guards. That is actually big. Veteran guards. But hey, we will take it. Now the last step. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this now. Okay, this is huge. Davante Adams comes to Jacksonville. Obviously took a lot of our cap space to do it, but I feel pretty good about it. And then we're going to go ahead and move one of these guys, of course, to right guard, which is going to be good. And then the offensive line won't look so terrible. So the offense all now looks awesome. Darren Arnold, not the best tight end, but we'll live with it. Okay, defensive wise though, linebacker still kind of a huge problem, left outside linebacker, and then the safeties. We need to get some safeties. It is a bad way. So I'm thinking probably left outside linebacker or safety in the first round. And then I actually kind of want to trade for one of those 3 pieces right now, I think is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to try to make a trade. I'm not really sure how much cap space we have left with signing Davante Adams and Incognito and, of course, Norwell. But hopefully we have enough to make a trade for a safety because we really need one. I'm not sure if the Denver Broncos would be willing to give us Justin Simmons, but we definitely need a safety of his caliber here. That would be awesome to bring him in. So his cap hit's not that much either. And wow, just like that, we got Justin Simmons as our brand new free safety. That is a absolute huge steal. We had to feel good about that. 2 second-round picks is all it took. Man, oh man. Okay, I feel great now. I feel great after that. We have like no money left though. After that we have like no money. So but I feel good. I mean, I think this rebuild definitely went a lot better than yesterday's, but now we have Justin Simmons on the back end at free safety. That is huge. Denver obviously would never give him up in real life, I wouldn't imagine, unless you like request it out. But Justin Simmons, brand new free safety. All we need to work on now is that strong safety left outside linebacker spot, and I feel pretty good about this team. So as long as we get like something out of this, you know, one of these guys, just be a minor upgrade out of the draft. If not, we make a trade, we'll be good. I did not expect the Green Bay Packers to accept this, but obviously we needed a left outside linebacker. I was looking at the draft board and there just wasn't anything that great. And we just got Rashawn Gary to be our brand new starting left outside linebacker. Oh my, that couldn't have gone any better. It really could not have gone any better. That our brand new lineup going into this next season is going to be Trevor Lawrence at QB, James Robinson, Devontae Adams, Cam Robinson, Incognito, Linder, Norwell, Taylor, Arnold, DJ Chark, Jamal Agnew, Laviska Shenault as well. Defense, we have Josh Allen, Justin Simmons, Leighton Vander Esch, Miles Jack, Rashawn Gary. The strong safety is going to need an upgrade, but we won't worry about that for now. Actually, you know what? Should we go ahead and just like go for the perfect punch and just upgrade that strong safety spot? I mean, we might as well. This team is already looking way better than it was. Let's go ahead and bring in a strong safety, and then we'll be ready to simulate this season. Well, here I am trading even more draft picks, but we were able to bring in R. Harrison Jr., strong safety, just like that. That gives us the ultimate lineup to go into season number 2 with a brand new expectation of definitely being in the playoffs. I have to say, after the end of this season, I'm quite disappointed. We only went 8-9. It wasn't even good enough to win the division. The Titans clearly had the tiebreaker on us, and we did not get into the postseason. That is a very unfortunate pill to swallow after everything we just did to try to get ourselves in there. So what went wrong? Did Trevor Lawrence just not have a good year? I mean, with Devontae Adams being here, this man, it looks like he didn't throw as many touchdowns as he did last year. 26 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. James Robinson still had a 1,000-yard season with 14 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving wise, Devontae Adams with 1,100 yards. You still have quite a bit of weapons. Maybe the tight end could use an upgrade, but other than that, sacked wise, we had 11.5 from Josh Allen. So it just didn't go well. Even Matt Ioannidis with 11.5. It just unfortunately did not go the way we expected it to, and we did not get to where we wanted to be, man. That sucks. We did not even get to the postseason after all that. All right, well, I think we give it one more shot, right? We have one more season to clearly do this. Honestly, I like the team we put together. Maybe we make a few more upgrades, maybe at the tight end spot. Of course, we need to re-sign some guys, but I feel pretty good about what we put together. It's just a matter of getting a good simulation out of it. So we went into the re-signing stage with a lot of guys not willing to re-sign. So as you can tell, we've lost quite a bit of the offensive line depth. So we're definitely going to have to improve that. We don't have a tight end right now. Defense, we lost some guys as well. Rashawn Gary able to resign. The secondary is still solid. The linebacker is still solid, but we did lose Matt Ioannidis and our right end. So hopefully we're able to convince them to still come back. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be spending in free agency once again. Offensive line tight end is really where we obviously need to like target. Definitely want Matt Ioannidis back and my right end back, but yeah, we'll see what we can make happen in free agency in order to retain our roster and add more talent to it. So here we are in season number 3. Yeah, the offensive line is really rough. Losing those 2 guys in free agency and them not wanting to come back was pretty rough on us. We have DJ Chark still, Devontae Adams, of course, Laviska Shenault. The running backs are still good, Trevor Lawrence, of course. And then the defense-wise, I mean, it's still pretty elite. We got a lot of good players here, so all I'm really hoping for is just a playoff berth at this point. Like, if we could just get into the playoffs, that's all I'm asking for. We were pretty close last year to winning our division. It definitely wasn't good enough, but if we can just please somehow make the playoffs, I'd be good with that. That's all we need. Just get in the postseason. So unfortunately for this final season, we are still not in the playoffs. We went 9-8, but it was not good enough to get in the postseason. We went over 500, so I guess that's a start to somewhere, but still not good enough to be in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence, 27 touchdowns, only 1 interception on the season. Damn, that's pretty good ball protection there. Receiving, rushing, all above 1,000 yards. And then defensive wise, let's see, sacks. As far as sacks, we had Josh Allen, Rashawn Gary, like awesome all around. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get into the damn playoffs. That's 3 seasons down the book, and unfortunately, it just did not go our way today. I'm telling you though, I'm getting better and better at this. I am. Last video with Detroit, it was terrible. I think I made some mistakes. I don't think I should have signed Devontae Adams and absorbed all my cap space into 1 wide receiver, but I thought we were going to be able to make the playoffs that second season. That's why I kind of just went for it, but unfortunately, it was not good enough. The offensive line ended up killing me in this 3rd season, so I should not have spent as much money as I did, but I'm going to get better and better at this, I promise. So Madden is still something I'm figuring out. 2K, I have it down, but Madden, I will figure it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. At least we got over 500. That's better than we did in the Lions video. But for now, this is Crushables 2. staying. Peace.